you? How are you enjoying the, well, soon to be the final month of the year, calendar year that we use over here in business, where I am. Gemini. It is the final days of November. Next week is going to be December. Are you ready, Gemini? This is also the week of the holidays, with a holiday kickoff, reuniting with friends and family, perhaps Gemini reuniting or just bringing people around or something, close friends and family, right? Gemini. Now that I turned off the sound, I can hear my CD speaker. One I can't play because if I do, I'm going to get a copyright strike. And then it like wipes out all of my audio. I just pull out the sound, but I can hear the sound of it, of the CD in the music player. Sounds like it has cat hairs in it, Gemini. Anyway, Gemini, if you are familiar with Mystic Moons, you know that we have lots of cat hairs. We have lots of meows, but right now I thought was a perfect time to do a reading because everybody is asleep, Gemini. And as long as we don't pull on love, because it seems to wake them up, as long as we don't pull on love, it will continue to be quiet. Now, Gemini, these readings that I do, they're general. Whatever sort of message comes out for you. So it could be love, it could be career, it could be a general life reading. We'll have to wait and see, Gemini. I leave this open. Do keep an eye out if you're interested. I will be doing Gemini love readings or just, relationship forecasts to see how Gemini's affinity with all 12 of the zodiacs are. I will be doing that as soon as I wrap up this dispatch. Which I think I only have two more left. I think I only have Virgo and Sagittarius. Anyway, Gemini, let's go and get straight into your reading. What's the message for Gemini for December? I have Three of Swords, Gemini. Bottom of the deck energy, the Moon. I have a reason to be critical, Gemini. We're going to go and find out more about it, but more than the pain of a Three of Swords, I feel someone's going to try and lobby to you, try and present something to you. And I don't think you're going to be there going, woohoo. Thank you, Arya. Let's go and see what Three of Swords are. Page of Cups, a message. Yeah, Gemini. Bottom of the deck energy here, Capricorn. Not quite a love reading, but in the love genre, Gemini. I have somebody who's going to attempt to heal things with you. Hello, Alex. Nice to meet you. Page of Cups, the Star and Knight of Wands under a Three of Swords. I have to say the Star does hold true to this energy of wanting to heal. Somebody's going to try and heal a connection, but with that first initial bottom of the deck, the environment energy that I was pulling, I wonder how far they'll get, Gemini. Someone's going to make an overture to you, a heartfelt overture. They're going to try and move past whatever this was to you, to them. Let's go and find out more information. So I'm going to first let me just move this. I'm going to first go and check out Page of Cups. Interesting. Gemini, only because it's a little disingenuous. You know, pages are light energies, Gemini, and kings are very strong energies, right? It's like somebody's going to try and take baby steps around you. Bright steps, not really wanting to tackle the real issues or even to Gemini share necessarily. I don't know how much is the right word confession? Is the right word mediate? You know, there's some sort of word I'm looking for that's not quite reconcile, but it's around that energy. You know, like for instance, when someone is grieving and they're going, yes, this hurts, or I'm hurting. You know, they're admitting, they're sharing their feelings, they're putting into words how they feel. With a page of cups clarifying, excuse me, with a king of swords clarifying a page of cups, it's like the words that they should say are only about 10% of that weight. You know what else this energy is like, Gemini? Think of it like juice. You have a cup of juice and maybe you leave just a tenth or a fifth, when at least you need a third of that juice to remain, and then you fill the rest with water, right? The only thing you're getting is just an essence of that flavor, but you're not really getting the tartness, the sweetness, the acidity, etc. It's like it's all becoming mellowed out and washed out. Someone's going to take cautious steps around you and not really say what needs to be said, or at least initially. Also, too, Gemini, let me call out this energy, this message that I'm getting from the Page of Cups and the King of Swords. It's like this person doesn't want to reveal the true scope of how they've been, and also any insights that they've come to. It's like they don't want to be open freely. You know, they're still strategizing. That's the whole thing. They're strategizing with you and they're putting forth pawns when they should be when they shouldn't even be treating it like a chess game. So that's sort of the energy that I'm getting there, but we're going to continue with Page of Swords. Page of Cups. So Page of Cups also gets some more air energy. Okay. Yeah, this person is looking for the right things to say. I guess that's my problem with it, Gemini. The right things that would move you as opposed to just complete honesty. Now, of course, one would say that if you're going to make any effort or movement towards anything, regardless of what it is, you'd want it to have success. So why not plan that out? But it just feels a little contrived, especially when we're dealing with an issue where communication has already broken down and communication has already taken a nosedive, excuse me, into pain, right? You know, another thing about Three of Swords energy, Gemini, is trust. And I guess that's why I also have just initial reservations about this Page of Cups, because this Page of Cups is not saying what needs to be said in its entirety. Bits and pieces are being said to be the most effective, Gemini. But where's the sincerity? Look at that. It's all about the goal. You know what else this tells me too, Gemini? I have desperateness. Although you wouldn't really see it so much here, but these energies, the King of Swords, Knight of Swords, the World, under a Page of Cups, under a Three of whatever this is, a Three of Swords. All of this energy is desperateness. But also, it's desperateness, but it's coming off as very suave, trying to be very natural. Because again, we're putting the strategy in it to go and ensure that there's a win no matter what. That's what I have here for you, Gemini. I have somebody who did a very big no-no. I'm not going to look into what that Three of Swords is because I have a headache just looking at it, and I already had a day that was kind of like, so I'm not going to touch what this big no-no was, but this person did a big no-no. And I have someone who wants to just jump over it, act like it never happened. Or like, oh yeah, that happened, but we don't have to address it. Let's just move on. The barest amount of words and energy needed to make this go away and also not to bring it up. And also reestablish trust. You know, they want to reestablish, Gemini, affection. That's what this is. And I'm willing to bet for those of you who this would resonate with, that affection, the trust that you would need to truly have affection for this individual, that's kind of been trampled. Let's move on to the star. So with the star for Gemini, Hanged Man. I've been getting lots of Hangman and star energy. It's a combination I've been seeing over the past couple days. Eight of Swords is Gemini energy. Definitely have a love connection trying to come back, Gemini. Could be a friend as well, someone who you did have trust, affection, and care for. But they did a big no-no. They did a big no-no. Actually, I'm curious about this Hangman. I'm going to drop a card on that Hangman. I want to see what type of Hangman that is. Ooh. Only because, Gemini, sometimes Hangman energy can be really pretty. Sometimes it can be, and sometimes it's not. Hangman clarified by the devil. I was thinking of looking into time on this, because necessarily too, a Three of Swords just doesn't pop out of nowhere. And with that Six of Swords here, Gemini, Six of Swords, Hangman, we have these cards that are speaking of length of time. Also, too, time, Gemini, where thought sort of cycles like a hamster. You know, hamster running on the wheel. So jubilantly, like, where is the hamster going, right? The hamster's going nowhere. But the hamster's still running. This person has hamster. He's running their mind on a specific issue like a crazed hamster. I don't mean to laugh, but I was just thinking of hamsters in the way they really are, like singular focused running with no, I mean, they're amused by it. This person isn't amused by it, though. This person is literally working themselves into a deep thought cesspool, a thought whirlpool. It is kind of a little bit of a cesspool, but it's because you know what it is too, Gemini? This person is not really thinking about the way they should have acted, but they're still thinking about appearances. Again, what are the words they need to say to go and move you, Gemini, into having care and affection? This is all strategy for success. And then with this star here, the star is, I'll check out these two for you too, Gemini. But the star is actually not shaping up that great. It's turning into more the illusion, the appearance, especially with the hangman clarified by the devil. In offering an olive branch, Gemini, this person knows the right things to say and appear to like they've grown. But how much have they grown? If they've grown at all, other than just developing new strategies. I think, Gemini, I'm going to continue pulling this off, but I think the main message here for early December is that if somebody who betrayed your trust tries to come back and they come back with, I really feel this person, Gemini, is going to come back with the right words and the right actions. They're going to come back very impressive and also too very, I don't want to say the word timid, but they're not going to come on like a huge force of nature, right? They're not going to come like a huge personality. It's like they're going to take this in like very small, cautious, digestible steps and digestible actions. But I think that the appearance that they're going to give would make you think that this person, truly changed or learned from whatever this went down through their actions rather than necessarily talking. Like if someone was all manic, they're going to appear very calm and collected and thoughtful. It's that kind of change that this person will go and present. Because again, they want to reestablish trust, Gemini. Let's go and take a look at death for you. Death, Knight of Swords. Oh, excuse me, not Knight of Swords. We do have a Knight of Swords over here. Some more swords. Ace of Swords, Gemini. So Queen of Pentacles, I read the court cards, or should I say the court cards kind of speak to me a little differently. Like sometimes it could be the sign of the element, but more than what I see with the court cards, especially the kings and queens, I see more the, do I call it like the emotion behind it? Like for instance, the Queen of Pentacles to me here under death with Ace of Swords and Queen of Pentacles. This is like the decision for commitment or someone who they want to have in committed energy, committed to them. And that's what I'm feeling here. It's not really so much an earth sign. I mean, it could be Queen of Pentacles would be Capricorn, for instance. I don't really think we have much, if any, earth energy so far, right? Well, we have Capricorn. Okay, so we have Capricorn twice. But I'm just saying that more than that, Gemini, what I have here is a change to go and make you in committed energy. Win you over in commitment. A good match that, and also too, the Queen of Pentacles. You can't really get far with the Queen of Pentacles properly aspected without trust. Again, what is needed what kind of strategy is needed to reestablish trust? Without a firm foundation, what can grow there? Without a firm foundation, what kind of commitment can be there? Well, they're working their way to it. They say we have lots of air, lots of air in this pull. Let's go and check out the Knight of Wands. So I'm going to just tilt this a little bit, move these over, and let's check out Knight of Wands. Yeah, definitely trying to reestablish a relationship again with affection. Some more swords. Okay. Gemini, I have somebody who's all cut up. Maybe that was a little colloquial saying the word cut up, but wasn't saying because it's an air reading. Not at all. I have somebody who's in a massive pain, Gemini, and with this Three of Swords, I don't doubt that it's just one way. But what I do know, Gemini, is that this person is not done with you yet. Excuse me. This person is also going to come back, could come back as a friend in this energy. If I can get that card back up here again. In this energy, Gemini, this person could just come back initially with friendship because they want to reestablish affection and care, affection and trust. You don't necessarily need love or lust, right, to establish affection. People wouldn't love hamsters all over the world if that was the case, right? You have affection for little hamsters because you care for them and they're cute and they're silky and they're fit in your palm of your hand. They have somebody who's going to go and try and reestablish affection and reestablish trust. And they're going to do that through friendship and also presenting themselves as an individual that's grown, an individual I feel that's definitely going to say the right words. I guess the question for you, Gemini, is to go and vet, what was this situation that led to this? Because I don't really feel this person has adequately grown past this or from this. They're trying to escape from the pain by, instead of doing work themselves or inner work themselves, just by saying whatever they need to say to get back into your energy, back into your company. Which leads the opening, if they haven't properly learned whatever this lesson should have been to them, for them to repeat it. And maybe too, Gemini, just for them to get more and more suave with their words and their actions. They already know what they need to do to appeal to you. And they, especially too, if they know all they have to do is to also do this appealing, knowing that there is, a mutual disappointment. But again, is that true? Is the lessons that they say they've learned really the lessons they've learned? That's something to keep in mind, okay, Gemini? And I'm only saying that because this person is so much into strategy and being suave and saying the right thing that this could repeat. They could want to go get back into your company right again. You could be there acting all chummy all over again. Of course, it's as fast as you would allow Gemini in this energy. But then again, as I said, would this cycle? Something to think about. Okay, Gemini. Oh, should I say signs? Would you like me to do signs? Well, I had a lot of air. A lot of air, Gemini. But let me see. I will call out the signs. 1 second. Let's take a peek for you. And since we're dealing with, well, a messed up situation of the heart, I would say sun, I would say moon, I would say rising, I would say Venus, could say 7th house. Oh, would I say 8th house? Would this be an enemy? I don't know. Take a look at your chart and just think about these energy or their chart because you know this person. But what I see here, I see strong Aquarius, very strong Aquarius. I see some Pisces. I see Libra. Of course, this is a strong air. I have some Sagittarius. I have some Scorpio. And I already said Libra. The strongest would probably be Aquarius. I do have strong Libra. I think would probably say, I have strong Scorpio. Scorpio would be the second after air. Scorpio. And then probably Capricorn. And then, you could take some Pisces, some Sagittarius. But that's what I have for you, Gemini. And those placements, I also wondered too, because there's an issue with communication. Would that be in the house governing communication or also with their Mercury? There's something about communication here in that. Anyway, Gemini, thank you so much for your time. And Gemini, if you resonated with this reading, do give me a thumbs up or you can leave a comment. My cat says meow if you hear her. I told you you'd hear her. And Gemini, until the next reading, I do wish all of you the most beautiful day. Bye-bye.